And that's just what Eric was. Hot, black, smooth, full-bodied, robust, and intense. And a huge regret. Eric drove a sleek and slim silver Jaguar. He reeked of money and power, forceful, persuasive, enticing. Eric said, "Let's go to the spot, because I got something for you, baby." And I thought, jackpot. All I had to do was say yes. I've always been willing to try anything once, and that's exactly what I did. I said yes. I said yes to a small glass cylinder packed with copper Brillo pad and a piece of sizzling white rock. It was Whitney's whack. Admittedly, I was extremely naive when it came to drugs. Oh, sure, I'd taken a toke off a doobie a time or two if it was being passed around at one of those hip, real, and deep Hollywood parties. And I certainly had enjoyed my Long Island iced teas to get myself loosened up for a night out on the town, but this was a whole new experience, an experience that ignited a part of me that I never knew existed. Within a matter of seconds, all my inhibitions dissipated into the smoke that came billowing out of my mouth. Drop your drawers, baby, 'cause it is on. And it was on until it was off. Just a few short weeks later, the chance encounter with that nice hot cup of Eric ended as abruptly as it had started. The only thing that remained was the crack. Yeah, you knew it. She said, I knew it. Being a quick study with a quick wit and a quick mind, I found myself returning to that very same spot. The spot on the corner where the man with a plan and the goods set up shop. It didn't take long for me to discover that there's a spot in pretty much every city in the country. And for what would be the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I would find the spot where the man with the plan and the goods set up shop. Just a couple weeks prior to meeting Eric, I had finally paid off all my credit cards, even the two with the $10,000 limits, paid cash for my brand spanking new, albeit sensible, Honda Civic, and I had set aside $10,000 in savings to use as the down payment for a 2-bedroom condo with French doors, hardwood floors, and granite countertops. I know granite's out now, and quartz is in, but call me old-fashioned. I'm just a traditional kind of guy. Anyhow, by the end of the first year of those 5 years of getting my freak on, I had once again maxed out all my zero-balance credit cards, even the two with the $10,000 limits. I smoked and sizzled my way through my $10,000 savings and lost my brand new and sensible Honda Civic to an impound lot because I didn't even have the $50 to get it out. Now there's a regret. I so wish I'd paid that parking ticket. And just to take it one step further, I finally had to put all my belongings into storage because I was being evicted from my beachfront rental due to non-payment of rent. Now what? Well, I'll tell you what. I began to lie, cheat, and steal my way back to the spot. Time and time again, every day, every night, circling like a vulture over a dead carcass, I returned to the spot where the man with the plan and the goods set up shop. And then one day it happened. All the lying, cheating, and stealing caught up with me, or rather, I got caught lying, cheating, and stealing. My luck had run out, or maybe my luck had finally just kicked in when I got arrested. Charged with felony burglary and forgery. For over a year, under lock and key, I washed my beige on beige on beige DOC jumpsuit, even though I'm a winter and beige is not my color, in that stainless steel sink at the end of my stainless steel bunk. I pissed and shit in a stainless steel toilet, only 6 inches from where the head of my brother from another mother, my cellie, that's jail talk, laid his head to rest in his stainless steel bunk. Every single morning at 4 o'clock a.m., I stood in line for count and was served oatmeal, powdered eggs, and a small carton of 2% milk for breakfast. I ate 2 slices of white bread with 1 slice of bologna and 1 little itsy-bitsy teeny-tiny packet of French's mustard every single day for lunch. And don't even get me started on the hamburger helper and canned corn that was served every single day for dinner. Except for the one time that they served broccoli. Oh my God, broccoli. A new taste sensation. Amazing. My intention was to keep as low a profile as possible, and you can imagine why, as I stepped out of my 5x7 cell onto the upper deck, onto what I fantasized was my Don't Cry For Me Argentina balcony. Giving my best impression of a G, as in gangster, I sashayed down the stairs into the rec room a la Doris Day singing Que Sera Sera, imagining that the sea of G's would suddenly be absorbed into the dream ballet of my jailhouse musical. The Twyla Tharp choreography lifted me high into the sky and twirled me about until I landed safe and secure in the arms of Papa Mo, that tall, dark, and tattooed gangster from the Vice Lord Nation on the west side, you know, Lawndale. Incidentally, Papa Mo really had it in for me. One day while playing slapjack in the rec room, he grabbed me by the throat and with the other hand tore open my beige on beige on beige jumpsuit and was about to pummel me when I somehow managed to reason my way out of his grip. I simply and readily acknowledged that, of course, he could snap my neck in half with one hand tied behind his back. Well, what would that prove? I, who clearly was no match for his muscular prowess, and mark my word, he was muscular. Oy vey. He was always flexing those tattooed guns and always right within my line of sight. It makes sense, though. He never spoke a single sentence, told a single joke, or uttered so much as a prepositional phrase that didn't somehow refer to faggots. He was completely obsessed with the comings and goings of faggots. Can you say down low? Methinks thou dost protest a bit too much. Luckily, little Mikey, my cellie, also intervened on my behalf. Little Mikey was an adorable 5'2" gangster from the Latin Kings. Had a pregnant girlfriend on the outside. I used to write romantic letters to her on his behalf, an intervention in its own right. He was trying to make nice with her when I finally convinced him that referring to her as his bitch probably wouldn't endear her to him in the way that he wanted. Writing letters for inmates actually ended up becoming quite a bargaining tool for me. I'll write a romantic and loving letter to your girlfriend in exchange for a bag of Jolly Ranchers and a bar of soap. And it wasn't long before the G's from all over the cell block were coming to the white boy, the cracker, the faggot, to write him a letter to their bitch. It's a fun word to say, bitch. Now, if you wanted a remorseful letter stating that you've learned from your mistakes for your upcoming court appearance, well, that cost you a box of oatmeal pies and an extra roll of toilet paper. Little Mikey became my broker for this little business venture. Truth be told, had it not been for little Mikey, I might not have survived that snake bit in Division 11 in Cook County Jail. And what a place Cook County Jail was. Conversation rarely, if ever, evolved beyond, yo, what's up, G? This ain't that. I got you, my nigga. And twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon, everyone gathered round the TV to watch the Maury Povich show. Wait for it. You are not the father. And that always guaranteed an eruption of hoots and hollers directed at the lying bitch who dared to hold her baby daddy accountable for the child that she was now solely responsible for. Well, by the time I got done doing my time, my stint in the big house, I too was a G. A gangster. Yo, would it be GG, as in gay gangster? Yo, HG, as in homo gangster. Why you coming at me so goddamn hard, man? This ain't that for show. It was a long, hard year, to say the least, but I was finally given 3 years of probation and released to my probation officer, Fran, who didn't take no shit from no one. Peeing in a little plastic Dixie cup once a month seemed like a breeze in comparison to Division 11. However, in spite of the drug testing, it wasn't long before I returned once again to the spot. Yeah. I found a way to time my using so that I could detox myself and still test negative at probation. And whatever monies I managed to earn through odd jobs quickly burned a hole in my pocket, and I was once again faced with lying, cheating, and stealing. On March 31st, 2009, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I crawled out the window of the room I was renting from Marta, a feisty little Puerto Rican mama that had taken pity on me and invited me into her home. It was the last time I would ever crawl out a window again. You see, I was absolutely dumbfounded that the ATM right across the street had rejected my card. It claimed that I had insufficient funds. Not possible. How could that be? Only 2.5 hours ago, I had $300, I swear to God. I had the rent money for that spare room that Marta had so graciously offered to me. Once again, I had smoked up my rent. Now what? What was I going to do? It was then that I had a moment of clarity. For whatever reason, I just didn't have it in me to lie, cheat, and steal my way back to the spot. Instead, the next day, April Fool's Day, I went to another spot. A spot that was just 12 simple steps away. A spot where there was a different man with a different plan. And I walked the 12 steps to that spot time and time again, over and over, as surely as the drowning gasp for air. I kept showing up to that spot. The epilogue reads as follows. Today, at 6 years clean and sober, I'm certified as an alcohol drug counselor. I'm licensed as a spiritual practitioner. And I'm currently working on my master's in rehabilitation counseling. I tell my story, what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now, all over the country. I tell it as a way of giving back what was so freely given to me. March 31st, 2009 was the last time I would say yes to a small glass cylinder packed with copper Brillo pad and a piece of sizzling white rock. But April Fool's Day, 2009, marks the first day of a life now lived without regrets.